Oh, today, my whole body is shaking. It's very exciting. We work very hard, all our volunteers, our workers, very hard couple of months. Now we all lot of work, the goals come today, and we are very, very, very happy.
Canada, Tango ngani siraku masa sanyi kudu jegre samje jek ni kuto mendo kadar chede
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty elated. I would say like that. Very happy and really happy for Kurukulla Center.
Couldn't be happier. It's a really amazing event. I was here for the last time when His Holiness came in 2003, and that was just kind of a drop-by visit. I mean, it was enormously successful, but this is a major development following that.
My emotions are quite high. His Holiness provides a pathway to inner peace, and I think that's what everybody wants.
And there's just so many people, and it's really exciting.
I'm anticipating seeing something very historical and very wonderful.
I feel very happy. It looks beautiful. I think everything is going very well.
It's just amazing that all this hard work has come to fruition. It's like watching a beautiful flower just come into bloom.
Even just being outside here, standing in the cold and the wind, is great.
People have worked so hard, Sean and Wendy and everybody, and I'm just glad to be able to sit back and enjoy the fruits of their labours.
I'm part of the whole program, getting people to go where they're supposed to go. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm excited. I'm pumped, and at the same time, it's like a lot of things happening.
My teacher, Geshe, he passed away a couple years ago. He told me before he passed away, you have to one day hold this advice here. I'm very, very happy to, what my teacher advised for me. I did this for me, very good offering for my teachers.
My goal is simply to be in His Holiness's presence and to connect to that space that His Holiness represents, with the hope that it stays with me for a long time.
He's one of my teachers, His Holiness, and I just find it a really big blessing for my mind. So it's a very, very happy day for all of us.
Wherever His Holiness goes, he has always a very excellent wisdom to share.
I will listen to what His Holiness says, and I'll try to follow what he says.
I hope I can absorb all of it and hope that I can learn what he thinks is important and what his priorities are to teach us today.
I feel really grateful to the neighbors in this community, seeing how much people gave up in order to build that tent in the backyard to seat a few thousand people. I think it's just incredible. It's amazing.
I'm a neighbor to the house, and I go down there sometimes to go, especially back in the gardens, to relax. So it's important to me.
I live in the neighborhood around the corner, and I came the last time he came to town, so I got to see him. So I thought I'd come by again with some friends.
I know that he came 12 years ago. It was a very positive visit, and a lot of people are interested in what he has to say, and it's really nice to hear about peaceful things going on. So that, as a school committee member, I'm here for that.
We really wanted to be a part of this. We wanted to support the Kurukulla Center and just be here, have a chance to see him in person again.
I think it's great. It's great for the city of Medford, too.
It's a combination of a lot of different feelings and emotions, but it'll peak when that motorcade comes around the corner and the chanting is commenced and the Dalai Lama jumps out of his vehicle to say hi to people who thought they'd never have an opportunity to meet him and listen to his message of peace and love. It's something that you can't put it into words. There are so many emotions that go into it. But it's a great day for us, and it's a great day for His Holiness.
I just hope it's a big blessing for this area and the center, and a really great joy for the Tibetans, the exiled refugee Tibetan community. There's many around here in this area, so I think it's really tremendous for them to be able to connect with their main leader and to have some hope.
I've come to welcome His Holiness to my community. I live in Medford.
아니 트란 챵고노 모친데 페데 아니 산나네 페 가오쇼종 아니 로마모치 리구치네 데와이 아니 리구그 냐마디 트란데 레송 아니 산나네 하창게 좋은도스.
For us, as a Tibetan, just being in the presence of His Holiness, it's immense. It's immense. There's no words to explain. You can't express any feelings. I mean, it's just sheer love and reverence that comes into my mind right now. So.
Kyushu's the Yormus Nadu Pigorani similar Takare Ganang Chamber shows legal as the Yormus another day I relate a Yurin share Ramas and then the Nadus Yormus Jeresh Ragurani Ganang that Kyushu's food.
Yang de Mitonda Hashil Yomari, Mangcha, the Pug, Nalshuar, Promisaya, Tugi, and the drink Tashi Nimudita, which is John and Yudoyala, and I want to drink the Uve, somewhere Molam, Tony.
I came here to help students for Free Tibet put out some stuff, and we're sending petitions around to speak out for a Tibetan living in Tibet.
I've been here since the last 2 years now, so this is my best time I'm feeling right now. I'm so much excited to get blessed from His Dalai Lama.
I want to do good, and I want to help other people as much as I can, be a good Tibetan, and I don't know, just to be a kind person. I think that's what I would hope to learn, and I will try to do that.
Akundi shino waran to Geshe le pene ko choko sum yongzo la ani digi kadon pelo rebe dashi monam to shuyu cheza angarang ngone de dashi monam dang ani ka to dende dinashi jaji mangzo ge monam yurdu de monam de shuyu until chena shwe. Thank you very much.
And today I'm here along with my extended family of children. We have about 65 kids who are here, and they will be performing for His Holiness, and it's really an exciting day.
We're so fortunate to have, at the beginning of our program today, the youth and children from the Tibetan Association's Sunday School performing traditional Tibetan song and dance.
I'm Tibetan Association Boston dance teacher. I have 70 around students. So we are all excited to perform towards His Holiness and preparing and nervous. Schools, but we practice every Sunday in Cambridge YMC. We have a small school space over there. We rent it. So every Sunday from morning 10 to 2 p.m. we have every Sunday dance and cultural classes.
The first song is called Do Ngari Dance Potala. This is a traditional dance of the Ngari region of western Tibet. During the 6th month of the Tibetan calendar, the people of this region congregate around the Potala Palace for special festivities, wearing their best Tibetan dress and jewels. And this song is a description of the Potala Palace.
here to perform for His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and we are really lucky and to perform in front of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, and I think this is the best chance for us to perform, and we are really happy that we get this chance.
Dance Ri Tonpo. And this one is a typical dance from Western Tibet. Ri Tonpo is performed by several young men and women, accompanied by a variety and a few musicians. And these songs are in praise of the beautiful, magnificent, majestic, mountainous landscape of Tibet.
Siwa
very fortunate to have the presence of the Maitreya Heart Shrine relics. So when great masters pass away and their bodies are cremated, they leave behind in their ashes beautiful pearl-like crystals. These pearl-like crystals are relics and are said to hold the qualities of the enlightened mind of the masters.
We are waiting for reception. Before His Holiness visit here, we have to reception to the Tibetan Prime Minister, like Kanur, we call in Tibetan Kanur. It's a Lobsang Cheshatsang. He will be around like at 12:15. We are waiting for him. The white mass is the dance is first founder of Tibetan opera. So we call like a Tenzin Dongshi. He is the founder of that dance.
So this day is a ripening of many causes and conditions, and in particular, it is a fruition of a request made by Geshe Tsogala, our teacher here for 17 years. 3 weeks before his passing, he went to Toronto. He had a private audience with His Holiness and requested that he please come back to Kurukulla Center. And then we are indebted to Geshe Tenley, our resident teacher, who repeatedly made follow-up requests. Since receiving the news of His Holiness would come today, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, hundreds of people have put in countless hours, and we can't even begin to thank everybody enough. It is our pleasure and honor to introduce Geshe Ngawang Tenley of Kurukulla Center. Tibetan and English? You're going to do English and Tibetan?
Trashdele. Samala trashdele yo. How are you today? We are very happy, right? Yeah. We are very, very happy today. We very many years this event today that happened. We are all very happy. Also, I would like to say thank you very much, all of our supporters, the mayor, and neighbors, all the people work 24 hours, maybe 2-3 months. I would like to say thank you very much. Without your support, we cannot do anything. With your support, we do today to happen. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to introduce our Tibetan Prime Minister, Mr. Dr. Suchong Lobsang Cheshatsang here. He was a political leader in Tibetan. He was last year he election he was Suchong. Today he will come here say a couple of words for you. Thank you very much.
I've taken a new post called Sikyong of the Tibetan people, but before that, I have been, and my wife and daughter are still, a long-time resident of the great city of Medford. And I just met our mayor, McLean. He's waiting with other representatives to receive His Holiness the Dalai Lama and to see the backyard of the Kurukulla Center and all the neighbors being transformed into an amazingly very nice place to have this event is wonderful. So as a resident Medford and also as a Tibetan, I would like to thank the Kurukulla Center and the city of Medford and mayor and also the neighbors here for removing their fences and to facilitate this area. So and we all know His Holiness the Dalai Lama represents and reflects compassion, love, kindness. But then what he preaches has to be practiced. And I can see here the residents of Medford are practicing the share of love and kindness by removing the fences and making their backyard available, which I hope all the residents of Medford and those who have come here will abide by on the day-to-day basis, so that His Holiness' visit to the city will be of, practical significant. With that, I am asked to speak in Tibetan first, because that's my responsibility, and then I'll briefly speak in English as well, so that you will know what His Holiness' legacy is concerned. We all know His Holiness as a statesman, a Nobel Peace Laureate, who always preaches compassion and nonviolence, but on the political side, he has also left a great legacy of democracy in the Tibetan society, which I would like to share a little bit later. While we wait for His Holiness to come, Wendy and Kurukulla people and all of you, perhaps I could share a bit about His Holiness' political legacy, him being a true Democrat, not in the sense of American context, not in the American context, whether he is a Democrat or a Republican, but in the sense of being a believer in democracy. In 1959, at the age of 26, when we just lost our country, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama came to exile, along with 80,000 Tibetans, including our parents, he was just 26 years old. And one of the very first things he wanted was a democratic system in exile. Hence, he called for Tibetans to elect their members of the parliament, which we did in 1960. And September 2nd we celebrate it as Democracy Day even today. And in 1963, we elected our woman representative in the Tibetan parliament, as per the wishes of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And in 1963, we also had the first democratic constitution of Tibet. Essentially, we looked at the Indian constitution and adopted many of the provisions of the Indian constitution. However, there was one provision mandated by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. That is the provision to impeach the Dalai Lama by the parliament if necessary. So as early as 1963, His Holiness the Dalai Lama felt that even his office could be impeached by the parliament if necessary, because he believed that everybody has to be subservient to the constitution of the land. Even though we were in exile, but he felt that the democratic constitution should require that even His Holiness should be subject to the constitution. And from there on, every 3 years, then every 5 years, we elected our members of the parliament. In 1991, there was a major reform, and the parliament was expanded with representatives from 3 regions of Tibet and 4 Buddhist sects and Pen religion. And then we also included representatives from North America. Now we have 2 from North America and 2 from Europe. Altogether now we have 44 members of the parliament. And in 2001, we had the direct election of the position then called Kalun Tripa, the political head, then the administrative head of the Tibetan people. And in 2011, last year, His Holiness Dalai Lama felt it's time for him to devolve all his political authority to whoever is elected next as the political leader. And from last year on, we have a separation, constitutional and institutional separation of spiritual authority with His Holiness the Dalai Lama as our spiritual leader, our most revered leader, and political authority with political leadership. So we have made the separation. Last year was an important time because in the context of Arab Spring, when some of the leaders were resisting to give up their power, even now, one or two are resisting to give up their political authority, His Holiness the Dalai Lama himself says, voluntarily, happily, and proudly devolve all his political authority so that the Tibetan people can stand on their own feet and lead the movement forward. Hence, 400 years old history. The institution of Dalai Lama began with the first Dalai Lama, but the political authority began with the fifth Dalai Lama in 1642. From 1642 on till the 14th Dalai Lama, 6th to 7th, all the way to 13th to 14th, Dalai Lamas were both our spiritual and political leader. But last year, he separated the two and he said, I want to devolve all my political authority and remain our most revered leader, our spiritual leader. Hence the separation. So in that sense, the magnanimity of His Holiness Dalai Lama to devolve his political authority truly reflects him being a true democrat. And he wants Tibetan people to carry forward the movement led by us and supported by us. This has sent a strong message to the Chinese government and to Tibetans inside Tibet. The Tibetan people, our sense of solidarity and unity is strong. Blessed by His Holiness, our sense of democracy is very much not only embedded, now consolidated. We have 50 years of experience as democratic system. When I use the word consolidated democracy, the Tibetan democracy is very much mature in the sense, last year when we had election, Tibetans in 40 plus countries participated in the election. For example, in Ladakh, Changthang, 18,000 to 20,000 feet high. On March 20th, it was minus 40 degrees Celsius. But the local election officials, Tibetans, they carried the ballot boxes on the backs of yaks and donkeys and climbed mountains for days. And the nomads came down from the tents to participate in the election. They cast their votes. And it was brought down, counted. So did the Tibetans in Boston. So did the Tibetans in Brussels. So did the Tibetans in Bombay. From Alaska to Australia, Tibetans participated in the election. And let's say in Bandra, one of the Tibetan settlements, often it's very hot, maybe around 40 degrees Celsius. But Tibetans lined up outside the school ground and then cast their votes. So we take our democracy very seriously. And for the last 50 years, we have practiced it. We have a mature political and democratic system in Dharamsala. The Tibetan administration that I run in Dharamsala functions like any other government. We have 7 departments. The education department runs about 60 schools, primary, middle, and high schools, and we provide scholarships to go to colleges. And for that matter, many of the Tibetans here in this room are also former students of Tibetan schools, refugee schools ran by the Tibetan administration. Health department runs about 60-some clinics and hospitals. And the religious and culture department oversees 250 or so monasteries and nunneries. And our Department of Information and Foreign Relations runs about 12 semi-embassies around the world, which we call Offices of Tibet. And we have one in New York, in Geneva, Taipei, Australia, and in South Africa. So it functions like any other government, this is one aspect of His Holiness' legacy that is not known that much. Now, with the separation, it becomes my responsibility to highlight and inform people around the world that His Holiness is our most revered leader. He is the manifestation of compassion. He is the leader and a true advocate of nonviolence. But he is also a true democrat. And what the Tibetan people inside Tibet want, I'm sure you have read about self-immolations, 55, of which 43 have died. Their single desire, the universal slogan of Tibetans inside Tibet, is to see His Holiness the Dalai Lama return to Tibet. In a few minutes, His Holiness will come here and he'll sit and then give you his wisdom, share with you his wisdom. But 6 million Tibetans inside Tibet would like to have the same thing. They want to see His Holiness, they want to hear His Holiness, they want to get blessed by His Holiness. But it has not happened so far. And my responsibility and the responsibility of the Tibetan leadership is to make realize the aspiration of Tibetans inside Tibet. With your help and support, one day it will happen. One day we will return to Tibet. And one day you all will visit Lhasa and we will have another teaching by His Holiness in Lhasa, the capital city of Tibet. Thank you.